Structure, the main body, and conclusion. Now, having aroused the interest of your audience and stated your objectives, now is the time in the main body to prove your assertions. So, the main body or the discussion of your presentation gives you the opportunity to it provides a basis for giving your thesis statement. So you can develop your content in a variety of ways in order to prove your thesis statement. So first of all, you can use quotes and testimonials and anecdotes. So you can draw upon primary and secondary sources as well. This way your listeners would be able to relate to what you are saying, and they would be able to understand what you are saying. So wherever there is a need, you can cite sources as well. Then you have to provide data for whatever you're saying. So you collect your information from various sources and put it into a formalized way into your main discussion. Then you can carry out a comparison or a contrast. So if you are saying that the office should move to a new site, then you have to compare it to the existing site and then point out what is the contrast between the proposed site and the existing one. So you have to carry out a comparison or a contrast. Then you can organize your presentation according to a problem and a solution. So if you are saying in your presentation that your department needs downsizing, then you have to present the problem of a lack of problem with salaries in the department, and because of that you are giving this solution. Then another organization could be argument and persuasion. So all presentations, in fact all business communication tries to persuade you or gives you some kinds of argument, but here you can organize your presentation according to this. Then it could be a chronological way. If you are proposing a course of action, then you should give your audience a step-by-step procedure of how you are proposing that plan of action should be carried out. It could be according to importance. You can organize the information according to something, the point which is most important, putting it first, or you could do it the other way around and put the least important ones first, and then build up the situation and give the most important one in the end. Very important in a presentation is that you maintain the coherence so that you are able to guide your listeners so they do not lose sight of what you are saying because of quick transition from one idea to the other. So the technique for doing this is that you use clear topic sentences. Whenever you are making a next point or giving a new idea, then you have to say things like, next, now we are going to see why conciseness is such an important thing in business communication. Then restate your topic often. So because audience usually lose sight of the main topic, they get distracted by various things, by noises, by their own train of thought. So you have to keep on referring to the main topic, which was your thesis statement again and again. And then you should use transitional words and phrases so that coherence is maintained and there is no quick transition from one idea in the other, and this will help your audience to stay on track. And then the teacher has to be involved in all the activities while you are teaching all of these points to the learners. You have to keep involved in all these activities yourself. So this is an example of how the transitional words and phrases which can be used for a smooth transition. The whole list is given here, cause and effect. So words which you can use for this are because, since, thus. Similarly, if you are giving an example, then you can use words like for instance, for example, another, and so on. How should you end your presentation? In the conclusion, you should restate the main points. In order to keep your audience focused on what was the main aim of the presentation, you should go over all the main points once again. Then you should also recommend the future course of action. So as a result of all the points which you have given in the presentation, you should give a recommendation of what should be done in future. then you should always keep in mind to keep some time for the questions and be prepared to answer the anticipated questions from the audience. You also have to be ready for the audience's response. You have to visualize and gauge what could be the possible questions and the responses which could come from the audience side. And you have to leave time for the audience and the questions which they want to ask from you.